Welcome everyone to Dragon Quest FM, where we talk about and obsess over Dragon Quest. I'm Austin,
I'm BJ.
and this week we're back in video, so you can see our pretty faces in air quotes. Um, so anyway, yeah, this week we're returning back to our Game of the Week episodes that we've been doing. This is our third one ever.
Third, yeah, I think.
Um, so if you're interested in just listening to those, that's like a separate playlist over on our YouTube channel, and it's just a normal part of our feed for Dragon Quest FM on the podcast. Today we're actually talking about Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, which is our first like new game we've talked
New
about because
game, yeah.
the other ones are like retro games, and I suspect most of them are going to be retro games. But this game just came out. I reviewed it. I've been playing it a ton, and loving it. And so BJ wanted to talk about it this week. I suspect because you just want to hear me
I,
talk
I
about
want
Lego
to hear
Batman.
about it
Yeah.
because and Lego games in general, yeah, Lego games in general interest me. Like I love Lego games. And so this one I'm really curious about because the other Batman Lego games really didn't catch me. And so I thought that they were overly complicated in the way that they made you do things. And like they were frustrating to the point where I was like, these aren't the simple, fun Lego games that I like, and like all the other most of the others. So I'm curious on how this one gets around some of that stuff.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about that. Before we do, though, we also have another new Patreon patron that deserves a real nice thank you.
Real nice thank you to Atrian Odysseus.
You went too
Yes.
high again. You went too
Went too
high
high
again.
again. Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird. That's not even that high. Adrian Odysseus, you are fantastic. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon, and you are fantastic. And we love your name.
It's true. We were
It's
just talking
true.
about the Etrian Odyssey video games
Yep.
before uh recording this podcast.
Yep. So thank you so much for supporting the podcast. You are awesome, as are all of our other patrons. So thank you all for your support and helping us keep going.
Yeah, for sure. So the other thing I want to talk about really quickly is shortly before we recorded this, they also announced a Reebok Dragon Quest collab.
They
It's
did.
only for Japan. I was joking around with you before this too that I think we
Yep.
manifested it by
I think
talking
we
about
did.
shoes last week.
Yep.
We were talking about, StockX and like how DQ walk shoes needed to happen with
Yep.
Converse. That's not the collab we got, but still, it's a
Yep.
weird coincidence that here we are a week later and now there's Reebok Dragon Quest shoes. Um,
What do
I
you
got
think
it.
about them?
I don't really like Reebok much
Yeah,
anyway,
same.
and I don't like I think they look ugly generally, but I'm
Yeah.
not a sneakerhead, as I
Right.
said last week. And I don't mind gaudy shoes
Yeah, I love gaudy shoes.
like the Treehouse of Horror shoes that I mentioned last week. Like they're gaudy as all get out. They're green. They look like the aliens.
Yeah.
Kang and Khan is the other one, right? From The Simpsons.
Yep.
And so I mean they're not like pretty shoes. They're very gaudy anyway. But like these are just like I don't know. They're like they have like the pumps and everything, and
Yeah. Which I
the
didn't know they still did. Like I haven't had a pair of pumps like shoes. Like I didn't know that they existed except for like LA Gear back in the early 90s was the last time I saw a pump shoe. Like I had
okay.
no idea this still existed.
No, they still exist, and I've seen them quite a bit, but I'm just not a fan. And I know
Right.
there's like a certain amount of like nostalgia that goes into those kind of shoes, and some of them are highly collectible. They're not really my jam. Um, I like the concept that each shoe is modeled after an
Yeah.
entry. They have a color scheme that's supposed to represent,
Hmm.
that Dragon Quest game. I do feel like, do you remember a year or two ago I was talking about the Dragon Quest baseball caps that they
Yeah, that's
made?
what I was thinking about when I saw these. Yeah, the baseball caps.
Where it's like it's a similar concept where it's like it's based on like the color scheme. Like
Hmm.
this is what DQ3 would look like if it were a hat.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a little short on actual like stuff from the
Yeah.
games. I
They
did
do have the
notice
logo on the back. They do have each game's logo on the above the heel.
they do, and I also noticed it's hard right now with the screenshots they've shared,
Hmm.
because we haven't seen a shoe up close. But I noticed on one of them they have a there's a slime. You can see the
Hmm.
slime off to the side and
Right.
everything. So I'm interested in seeing them more closely. I don't think I'll get them if they're in Japan only.
Yeah.
Just like
Just
trying to import
cost.
them here, yeah, they're gonna be stupidly expensive. And it's like cool, but it's not cool enough. I wouldn't wear them,
Yeah.
and it's not cool enough to pay that much money plus like import costs
Right.
for them to just sit on like my shelf. So I think it's going to be a pass for me, even though it goes against my nature to just completely ignore like new Dragon Quest merchandise.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, and if I depending on what the actual price is when these come out and the import, like I would think about getting them. The problem for me is that I'm really rough on shoes. Is that really like whether I'm running in them or just wearing them as daily drivers, like I don't know what it is. Like I beat up shoes and get them like not even just dirty but frayed. Like the way that I walk apparently kicks shoes against one another, and like I'll just wear out the uppers and the outsole and stuff, and so it just like it's not good for me to have really expensive shoes that I plan on keeping around for a while. So something like this is a collector's item. Something like this I would want more on a shelf, and I because I'm not a sneakerhead, I don't usually just display shoes or something like that. It makes me want to wear them around. And so
Yeah.
while I do like that they're gaudy, I don't think I'd be able to do it because I think I would destroy them.
I yeah, I think they're cool. Anybody listening, who wants to go check it out, it's neat, but I don't think
Right.
I'm personally gonna be like grabbing any.
Yeah.
And not unless we see them close up and there's just like some really cool design, for like a
Yeah.
DQ5 or
I
DQ
was
9 or something. I'm
I
just
was
like, oh
sad that
yeah,
the
this is cool.
nine was a color scheme I didn't like. Nine looked like it was mostly a white sneaker, and I don't like white shoes. I've never liked white shoes. I know that they're really, the thing, but I don't want to wear just a white shoe. They're boring to me. And so I saw nine was mostly white. I was like, oh. But I do like that the buttons, the actual pump button, has different icons on them.
Mhm.
You look at each one, and like one of them has a slime on it. One of them has like the Roman numeral two. For what I'm assuming is DQ2, but I thought that was neat. I thought that was a really good way to differentiate them too.
Yeah. I like the ones for four best, I think. It's made to look like the heroes like color schemes of their
Right.
outfits, so it's kind of like a blue and teal.
Hmm.
And I really like teal. But yeah, I'm never gonna.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
won't get them.
where were we? Lego Batman,
Lego
Legacy
Batman.
of the Dark Knight is phenomenal. Um,
I'm
I
glad
like
to hear that.
I like Lego video games. There's some mini-sodes over on our Patreon page of me talking about Lego video games.
Yep.
Like I really like them with Lego video games. I tend to like platinum them,
Hmm.
100% them because I love collecting things in games.
Right.
As we have established
and
before,
and that
that's like
is
my
like
thing.
the thing in Lego games is going through for challenges and collections.
Yeah. Um, so like I fully plan on continuing to play this game for
Yeah,
a long time. Um, it's really good. It's kind of like it's very I almost want to say unique, but it's like it takes the stuff I like and love about Lego games, and it
yeah,
also takes the kind of gameplay that you love in like Batman, like Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and
yeah.
like the Spider-Man games, Insomniac Spider-Man games.
Right.
It takes all of that and kind of to a certain extent more like the Spider-Man games because those just took Arkham and kind of changed it up, but those have been
Yeah.
more recent than the last
Uh-huh.
Arkham game. So it's kind of like Lego Batman built on that.
Built on that.
Um,
Yeah.
and so it's got so it's like, I love those games. I love Lego games, and this kind of all smushes it together. I love Batman. Um,
Right. So that helps. Like that helps a lot that you love Batman.
yeah, like even before I knew I was going to be reviewing this game, so like beforehand, I rewatched all the Batman movies.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, so I felt like which was cool because like on one hand I had to suffer through Batman and Robin.
Right. Which I haven't
Um,
seen in 20 or more years.
it's not good.
No.
Um, It also made me sad because I remember Batman Forever still being like okay,
Right.
and I rewatched it and I was like, oh no, this is terrible. Um, but anyway, rewatched all those, watched some of them with the kids. I just like went through all of that. Um, and it was nice getting to see all those references from the
Yeah.
movies like fresh because I think there's probably some that I wouldn't have necessarily like caught.
Right.
But
Of
like the
course.
cool thing about this game, the thing that I think is really like neat about it is that it's kind of like an original story,
Okay.
but it's original by blending all of those movies into like one narrative. So like so it starts off and you're playing as little boy Bruce Wayne and
Right.
you're getting your gray ghost costume
All right.
for um
Halloween?
for Halloween, thank you. And you're like, and then it goes to like Bruce training with the League of Shadows. So it's like
Right.
a chunk before you actually are
Become Batman.
Batman
Huh.
and have the Batcave and get to fly around Gotham City and stuff.
Yeah.
And or glide, I guess I should say, and stuff, fly around Gotham City. And like so that's cool. And then it's like at moments it's like Batman Begins, but then it's also like 1989 Batman, right?
Mm. Right.
And then there's even a cool reference to like the well, a couple, but one in particular to the like 1966 movie.
Right.
Um,
Man.
there's like a funny gag with he's wants his shark repellent
Yep.
spray.
I was gonna say I hope it's the shark repellent. That's what I was
It
thinking right then.
It is. There's outfits, from it too.
Right.
There's just like so anyway, it's a cool story because of the way they blend all that together. And then it's like all of a sudden it's like simultaneously Batman Returns, but also the Batman. And
Yeah.
then later on it's Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, but then there's a little bit of Batman Begins
Huh.
thrown in, and then there's also like some Batman versus Superman references. Um, and so anyway, it's very enjoyable, and for the most part it really pulls it off. You don't necessarily think like, oh, that's gonna work trying to blend all these into this
Right.
like one like narrative, but they actually did a really good job with it.
Huh.
Like I was not playing this game expecting like a great story or anything.
Yeah.
Um, and it's still funny. It still has like the sight gags and puns and stuff, but it
Right.
does feel like a more serious Lego game at
Hmm.
times. Like especially early on, I was like, man, are they gonna tell some jokes? Like
Yeah.
this like feels legit, you know?
Like just a game, not necessarily a Lego game, because they're so tongue in cheek about everything usually.
Yeah, and but I mean it all works and it's really nice. I really liked the story. The setup for the game is a little bit different. I would like to think that they learned a little bit from Skywalker Saga
Yeah.
because Skywalker Saga, let's face it, did too much.
Yeah.
Like
I
it
was
had
so disappointed in that game. It just breaks my heart how disappointed I was in that game.
it was overwhelming, and I went back. I think it was beginning part of this year to try to get through it, and actually
Yeah.
ended up enjoying it. I still haven't played through all of the sequel trilogy, but I've done the rest of it.
Right.
I just, some game came that I need to review and I just
Yeah.
bounced off of it. But it's like, yeah, there's still a lot of collectibles in like Gotham City.
Right.
But it's a little bit more freeing because you can just fly around and do it. You can unlock the radio towers once you get Batgirl, and that
Okay.
shows them all up on the map. So it's really easy because you can just
Right.
pin it and then you can go find it. And sometimes there's a puzzle you might have to solve,
Of
but
course. Yeah.
it generally makes it a lot easier to find all this stuff. The like individual levels feel a lot more manageable. Like it's gone away from kind of the older Lego games where like, you had like 10 collectibles to find and then you had to get
Right.
like the studs, true
Yeah.
explorer, whatever,
Yeah,
true
you have to get
adventurer.
like the multipliers in order to hit all of the special multipliers and replay to get all of the multiplied studs.
Yeah, and they've learned from that too. Like the individual levels typically, not all, but typically there's five collectibles of something you have to destroy. So like
Right.
in the penguin level, it's rubber duckies, and
Okay.
you break five of them, and you unlock the rubber ducky bat
Yeah.
cave trophy collectible. And then you also have Wayne Tech caches to open the little
Right.
treasure chests, and then you have a red brick to find. And most levels, that's it.
Oh,
and
wow.
they're pretty easy to find if you like, spam the detection button to highlight
Right.
stuff, and the Wayne Tech caches like make a pinging noise when you're close by,
Okay,
things
so
like
that's
that.
useful.
So yeah, so it's pretty manageable. Um, you can replay the levels and sections, which is also
Oh,
helpful,
that's
but
nice.
once you beat it, yeah. And so the bulk of it is just in Gotham City, which I feel like because so many of the collectibles, it takes the pressure off a little bit where you
Yeah.
can just enjoy it. There's also difficulty settings in this one. So you can
Oh,
like turn it into a legit like Batman Arkham game. Like
like,
there's Classic, which plays just like a normal Lego game. Like you don't have to
right.
worry too much about combat.
Yeah.
Um, if you die, you break apart, but then you just come back in, it's not like game over or
Yeah.
anything. Then there's a middle one, I can't think of the name of it, and then there's like Dark Knight Rising mode, I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's the hardest one. Um, and you get into it and it's like you really have to like this is an Arkham game. Like
Right.
you have to focus on those like stealth takedowns and like
Uh-huh.
sneaking
Oh, wow.
and
That's cool.
everything. And so it's really fun because you can kind of turn it into whatever experience you're looking for, you can make it that.
Wow.
And really it just like somehow in my review I said if there was like a Venn diagram of like Lego Batman fans and like Arkham fans,
Yeah.
that this would be like dead center in it because
Right.
it doesn't just like it leans heavily into like the movies, but there's so many references and jokes from like the animated series, the comics, just like I mean, there's just like so much to
Yeah.
enjoy that it put like a big smile on my face the entire time I was playing it. And like it legitimately might be my game of the year.
Understandably
And
so.
which sounds ridiculous because if you told me like, "Hey Austin, Lego Batman's going to be your game of the year for 2026," I'd be like, "No, I'll enjoy it, but I
Right.
don't think I'm going to just like not like love it that
But
much." But
like
yeah,
this.
it's so good. Like I can't even think of anything really to complain about other than Robin is annoying because Robin is
Mm.
always annoying.
Not
Um,
always. Like Robin's one of my favorite characters.
what? Robin
Yeah.
is
Oh, I love
so
Tim
dude, Robin
Drake
is so
Robin specifically. I love. I hate Damian Wayne. Like if this is Damian, then yeah, he's
it's
super annoying and awful. But I love Tim Drake and Dick Grayson.
it's Dick Grayson, but it's like little kid Dick Grayson,
Right.
Robin. He's annoying, but like the game also leans into that.
Right. Of
Like how
course.
talkative he is and his bad puns and just different
Yeah.
things, you know? Um and I, I think the have you seen the Lego Batman movie?
No. Wait,
Um
yes, I did. I saw it, but I forgot about it. Like I completely forgot that I saw that. Yeah, I did watch that.
Okay, there's a joke in the Lego Batman movie where he's trying to get Bruce to like adopt him, and he's like
Right.
introducing himself, and he's like, "Yeah, the kids at school call me Dick," and Batman is like, "Well, sometimes kids are mean,"
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I thought about the entire time I was playing this because I just hate Robin. This is a very minor spoiler, but they he becomes Nightwing over the course of the story,
Fantastic.
which is cool, but also feels like a cheat because seven of the playable characters, one of them's Robin and one of them's Nightwing. And so it's like once you get
Oh,
Nightwing, it's like, yeah, sometimes you might have to go use Robin instead, but like
right.
generally it's like once you get Nightwing, it's like see you, Robin.
Yeah.
Um and like I don't know. I tend to always find Robin annoying in generally in the comics. In the movies, I find him annoying.
Yeah.
Um And like once Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, like in the comics, like
Uh-huh.
I love him. Nightwing's
Love,
cool.
love, love him. Yeah.
And in the game, Nightwing is much better. It's just like I don't know. Robin is like an intolerable child, which
Oh,
I feel like no matter which iteration of Robin we get, he's
yeah.
just like so annoying. Um, so like I was annoyed by Robin quite a bit, but I mean he's kind of a smaller
Yeah.
chunk of it. Um, They went with the Jeffrey Wright version of Gordon for this
Okay.
game,
All
which
right.
that's my favorite Jim Gordon in any Batman meet. I love Jeffrey Wright as just
Like
an
he's
actor
great
anyway.
anyway. Yeah.
And like that's honestly like I guess I should also say what I love the detective aspect of Batman, right? So like
Right.
the movie The Batman, like that's what I
is
loved
it's
about it.
so
Is
good.
like
Like I love that
it
movie.
I love the detective stuff of it. Like the Scott Snyder Batman stuff from like Court of Owls and
Hmm.
now with like Absolute Batman. I much prefer that because he tends to lean into that kind of like detective aspect
Yeah.
of it. Um, so anyway, I was really glad they went with like Jeffrey Wright Batman, and they have costumes where you can turn him into looking more like the animated series one or whatever
Right.
you want to do. He even has the like the Tim Burton Gordon is the worst one because he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But they have like Jeffrey Wright's version, but he's wearing like the bowler hat and the
Mm,
scarf, in
yep.
portions of the game. So like that's all really cool to see. Catwoman they did a pretty good job with. She's clearly like the Zoe Kravitz one.
Right.
But they did the Michelle Pfeiffer references throughout.
Of course.
They pretty much like, ignored Anne Hathaway Catwoman for the most part, other
Yeah.
than like giving her the cat suit. Um, but
It's
anyway, they did kind of lean into like the Selena Kyle, like as Batman's like romantic interest,
right.
which is like my favorite kind of Catwoman,
Okay.
generally. I don't tend to like the Barbara Gordon Batman romance stuff.
Yeah.
Um and Barbara Gordon Batgirl is very much like teenage Batgirl in this one.
Okay.
Um and so anyway, yeah, it was cool seeing like what they pulled from to make it. And they did a good job with Batman too, where it's like, okay, this is clearly like a riff on Robert Pattinson. Oh, this is Christian Bell now. Oh,
Okay.
this is Val Kilmer now. Oh,
Huh.
nope, it's Michael Keaton.
I had
Um,
no idea that this was based so much on the movies. That I didn't realize that the movies were like amalgamated into this game like that. Like I thought it was an original, like the original three Lego Batman games. I thought it was something
no.
like that. I didn't know that this was kind of like Skywalker Saga in pulling the movies together somehow.
Yeah, it's the thing is like it takes all those movies, but like the setup is so different,
Right.
like it very much takes it takes sections of it, but like kind of makes like a patchwork of like the overall like Batman
Right.
movie narrative,
Yeah.
and it's really good. It's again, I think it's like nothing short of a miracle that they pulled it off really, and it's not like a train wreck.
Like it sounds
Um,
like that, like just on the surface, it sounds like it could be a very horrible train wreck. That putting all of that together, like it's too much, kind of like Skywalker Saga was. But amazingly, it's amazing to hear that they pulled it off.
yeah. Um, it's good, and it does have like it has like parts that aren't necessarily uh in the movies, right?
Yeah, of
Because it needs
course.
stuff to kind of bridge the gap a little bit better. Um, but yeah, they did a really good job of it. It does feel a lot, especially Arkham Knight. If you played Arkham Knight, feels a lot more like that in terms of like having the Batmobile at the very beginning and the
Yeah,
different like time trials that they have and like the Joker puzzles and stuff like
yeah,
that. Um, where it took like Arkham City and kind of like changed some things around.
yeah.
Like it felt more to me like Arkham Knight than in terms of like all of the different Arkham games that are out there.
Right.
Um,
And did
but
the team on this one, like, I think I read yesterday that part of the Arkham team worked on this, that they
help
actually got
helped on it,
that
yeah.
studio to help with this.
Rocksteady.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. I was like I hadn't read anything about this. Like I've been complete like other than I knew it was coming out. And when I read that yesterday, I was like, "Oh, that explains a lot why Austin was talking about this being a successor to the Arkham games is because it genuinely is."
I mean, that's what it was billed as from the get-go, but then they did announce like around the time it went into early access
Yeah.
that that like the Arkham team at Rocksteady helped Traveler's Tales
Yeah.
and Warner Brothers games with this, which is good because I mean like the Arkham games
Yeah.
are pretty good games
Yeah.
overall. And Rocksteady was basically forced to make the Suicide Squad live service game and
Yep.
it didn't work out at all. Um, and I mean like the solo aspects of the Suicide Squad game are actually pretty decent.
Are they?
But like this like everybody wanted that Suicide Squad to be like the Arkham successor,
Right.
and it's not, and this one is. Like it
Yeah.
this one it is just the gameplay is really fun. Um if you've never played Arkham but you have played like the Spider-Man games, people listening,
Yeah.
like it's very similar combat and swinging around and there's like crimes in progress and different things you can find. And also, like those games, it introduces different things a bit at a time, right? So
Right.
instead of it just, oh, hey, you're in Gotham City and you have to find these Wayne Tech caches and unlock the subwayne system and find
Yeah.
escape zoo animals and solve Riddler puzzles. It's like the game is set up into 6 chapters, and each one kind of between chapters they introduce kind of different
Hmm.
things as you go around. So it's like it kind of lets you wet your toes in rather than just pushing you all in, which is another thing that I always liked about those games
Yep.
because I like collecting stuff so much. It's like it's one of those things where I beat the game ahead of writing the review,
Right.
and then I've started, trying to 100% it personally, but also looking for like guides opportunities for work
Right.
and stuff like that. So I had already unlocked like the radio towers to seeing all the collectibles, and it is very intimidating, you
Yeah,
know,
I
and
bet.
and
Like
and
any open world game is intimidating to me.
and you kind of just have to go through it like section by section,
Yeah.
and enjoy it. But there's so many fun references. Like they ham it up with the whole Prince song and parade from the first
Good.
Batman movie. um
Good.
that's kind of a funny part um in it. And they make the Mr. Freeze more like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, like
Okay.
hockey player, stuff from
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. Like they're not afraid to let you ham it up, and
Yeah, which is good for a Lego game. I mean, that's really the bread and butter is them hamming it up.
you unlock like all sorts of cool like bat suits and stuff. And some of them are like and the villains, like there's
Yeah.
some real deep cuts in here. Like even if it's villains, you don't necessarily like have a major arc, the way like
Right.
Penguin or Joker or Bane does. Like, there's like when Condiment King first showed up, my kids were even like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Well, children, let me tell you a story."
Wow.
Apparently, Gentleman Ghost is in it.
Oh, wow.
Um, and there's an in-game challenge for taking a photo of
Okay.
Gentleman Ghost, and the devs did like a tease yesterday. They were like, who's going to be the first to find him? I have not
Oh.
managed to find him, but I'm really intrigued of where he's hiding and like floating around
Oh.
in Gotham City. Um,
Huh.
but there's like minor spoiler here, but at the very end when you're like in Arkham Asylum, it shows there's like all the different uh not all, but most of like the rogues gallery of Batman stuff. So
Yeah.
you like see like Solomon Grundy and like Condiment King is there, and I don't want to spoil it, but anyway, there's a lot of
Right.
there's different times where I was like, oh wow, this is like deep, and like you can unlock the Mask of Tengu
Okay.
costume like
Nice.
early on. Yeah, it's like I mean they went back, what, like 80 years, to
Yeah.
like for some of their references. And anyway, it's cool.
That's great. I'm curious on if they have Thomas Wayne dressing up as Batman in this. Do they have him doing his original in some of this stuff they had him have a Batman costume? Do they have Thomas dressing up as Batman in it?
So I guess if you want spoilers, ignore this part, but not that I found.
Right.
They have like what's his name? Is
Jean
it
Paul Valley?
is it Gray Ghost? The like old school like bandana, top
Yeah, I
hat,
think it's Grey
cape
Ghost.
came like early Bruce finds that and is dresses like that for Halloween, and
Right.
you unlock the costume and all, so you can make Batman run around in there. Um Late, very, very late, they have Batman Alfred do a cameo
Nice.
kind of thing. But and I have like 2 bat suits that I haven't unlocked yet. But I haven't seen Thomas Wayne
Yeah.
Batman. I don't.
That was one of my favorite things growing up. I had this little comic that had Thomas Wayne in a Batman suit, and I think I got it out of a cereal box. Like I had to send in UPCs to get these comics, and it was one of my favorite things in the entire thing was a little story about Thomas Wayne dressing up as Batman before Bruce did, and like it's all I still see those panels in my head whenever I think about Batman, like just growing up,
Yeah,
and so I would love to have seen something like that in it.
and I mean there's great costumes. They have like obviously the big ones like Michael Keaton's Batman Begins.
Right.
They have the ones from all the movies. Um, they have 0 Year Batman from like
Okay.
the 0 Year
Wow.
Scott Snyder run.
Yep.
Yeah, toward at the very end, which I really like that one. With like the short sleeves and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, they have that one. They have the new Absolute Batman um costume. They have like Bronze Age Batman. They have
Yeah.
Rainbow
I
Batman.
was gonna
The
ask. That was actually what I was
from
thinking about
like
if they had Rainbow Batman in there because it's become such a kind of a meme on the internet that I figured that was one of the ones that they included.
my kids found that one hilarious. Like they don't know anything about me, the meme or anything like that, but they
Yeah.
just like I think it was just the idea of like scowling Bruce Wayne and like gruff Batman like grappling around in a rainbow
In a rainbow
outfit.
suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also if you have the there's certain Lego sets you can put together and they come with a code that
Right.
lets you redeem like a uh gold
Okay.
Batmobiles. And so they kept wanting me to run around as Rainbow Batman in a gold vehicle.
Of course. That
And and
yeah.
I hated it, but I did it. Because it was just like so garish,
It
you know?
is.
And
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really like I love the 89 Batman suit, with the yellow bat
Right.
symbol. Like that one was my favorite. And then once I unlocked the animated series bat suit, I kept that one for a good
Right.
while.
Yeah.
They have like Gotham by Gaslight bat suit.
Yeah.
There's just so many enjoyable ones. They have like a lot that, and the same thing for the other characters. Like there's all sorts of really cool
Right.
callbacks um, for all the playable characters. It's just like it's just a really great game, and I think Lord of the Rings has always been my favorite Lego game
Hmm.
because it's Lord of the Rings, but also like the open world and
Yeah.
everything. Like it's just so fun, and like this one might be my new favorite,
Oh.
and it's kind of, I mean, Lord of the Rings, is like 13 years old now,
Yeah.
right? And so it's
God.
just like this one has the added bonus of all of these like quality of life improvements over the
Yeah.
last like decade plus. It looks good, it runs good. This is the first Lego game I think I've played that I never like glitched or crashed out or anything. And I
Wow.
played it on PS5
Okay.
and never once in the main story or doing, trying to 100% it right now.
Right.
I've sunk about 30 hours into it right now. And it's never frozen on me. There's been, I don't even know if you would count this as a glitch, but there's like been one or two times where I was like using the detection button to try to
Yeah.
see like what was all part of the
Hmm.
puzzle that like it didn't put everything in like yellow correctly.
Okay.
And I was like, I think that probably was supposed to be in yellow, but maybe
Yeah.
not. Um, there's
But
like
if
a
that's
time
the
where it's,
worst thing that happens, really,
yeah, but like nothing
then
really glitched or bugged out on me again on PS5.
yeah.
But and
Huh.
the Switch 2 version's not out yet and everything, so I can't speak for the other versions. But yeah, I've had no issues with it. I mean,
That's awesome.
it's by a mile the best performing Lego game I've played. Like that was
Yeah.
the thing with Skywalker Saga when it first came out. I had it on Switch
Yeah. Me
and
too.
it lagged so bad, the frame rate dropped. And two, I mean it was on Switch,
It
but
was on
still,
Switch,
it was
but
just like it looked so bad. And like grappling around like Gotham City and gliding through the wind
yeah.
tunnels and like I would sit on the Bat Pod, from Dark Knight
Yeah.
because Batman's cape flies out like in the movie, and I would just
Okay.
zoom around like that, and like never had it where it was like, it staggered a little bit or
Yeah.
anything having to load stuff in. I mean, it was all fantastic.
And you and I both have the original PS5 and not a Pro or anything
Yeah,
that's been upgraded. So when we say about the performance on a PS5, when we talk about it, it's always based on having the lowest hardware for that system that we can.
yeah,
So that's really fantastic. I would probably get it on the Switch too, just because I love playing Lego games in handheld. Like I love it. Like that's the reason most of the Lego games I play is on are on the Switch. The very first one I played was on PC because I got it like ultra cheap, like Marvel superheroes on Steam for like $2,
Yeah.
and discovered how much I love them. And then since then, most of them have been on Switch. And then got disappointed in Skywalker Saga as I moved my hand to point over where Skywalker Saga is on my shelf over there. But yeah, like this is one that I'll definitely have to keep an eye on because I want to play this after hearing you talk about it so much.
Yeah, it's so fun. I know we're almost out of time, but really quickly, I have to mention my favorite bat suit, which sadly it's a pre-order bonus, but I don't know if they'll
Oh,
like release it later on for the
yeah.
game. It's the Dark Knight Returns, like the Frank Miller
Oh,
Dark
yeah. I
Knight
figured that was in
Returns.
there. Yeah.
That suit, yeah, right now it's only for a pre-order bonus. Um, but I think I probably played using that suit
Yeah.
like a ton just because I mean I like that, that series.
Did you
Um,
ever play the DC Supervillains Lego game? It
no.
was phenomenal. Like it's what Suicide Squad as a normal game should have been. Like it was great. It is one of my favorite Lego games, and I'm thinking about all the different characters you can swap between, and like it's brilliant. Like that's one that you should go back to if you get once you 100% this
Yeah.
one and give a shot. It's
Yeah,
really good.
maybe so. Anyway, I know we're about to run out of time. Thank you guys for listening. If you're
Yeah.
playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, let us know what you think of it. Um, Batman's awesome. Legos are awesome. Dragon Quest is awesome. If you want to talk to us, you can find us at Dragon Quest FM, Spotify on Blue Sky or Twitter. You can watch and listen to episodes on Spotify, comment there on YouTube at youtube.com/at DQFM. We have that Patreon page at patreon.com/Dragon Quest FM. Thank you to Etrian Odysseus
Mhm.
and all of our new patrons and old patrons, everybody. Thank you so much. Um, and if you want to talk to me, I'm Dragon Quaston at Blue Sky and Twitter.
And I'm BJK Games on the same places. And like you said, patreon.com/DragonQuestFM if you'd like to support us. And we'll talk to you next week.
For Dragon Quest Day!
Dragon Quest Day!
Yay!
Woo!
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.